Mouth-Off. We're here at Bruvy Cinema Pub reviewing more movies today. By the way, you can find us on Comcast On Demand locally or Xfinity, Utah On Demand, Salt Lake Alternative. There's a folder reserved for us. I'm Jeff Feist with MSN Entertainment.
And I'm Jimmy Martin with Slug Magazine.
Our first movie is Rango, digitally animated Western. And by Western, I mean not something that normally appeals to young children. Which, if Rango has a problem, it's that I wish they would not advertise all animated films as being for little kids, because this is definitely not directed at little kids.
I think it's not directed. I mean, to bring the audience into it, Rango stars a lizard that's voiced by Johnny Depp, lives in a world that's humans involved, and he's a pet lizard who basically
falls out of the back of a car.
Falls out of the back of a car and ends up in the middle of the Mojave Desert and finds a town called Dirt who is having a water problem. And so the bank has the last few gallons of water, and it gets stolen, and he becomes the sheriff. And basically he's a con artist.
Here in the Mojave Desert, animals have had millions of years to adapt to the harsh environment. But the lizard, he's going to die.
As the birds block his eyes, the sun bleaches his bones, his entrails get scattered, to lose his cojones,
Well, he's a would-be actor.
Yeah, who plays the role of that he's a tough guy when he's absolutely not. He's a domesticated lizard. But you're right. I mean, this film is not. I wouldn't say it's directed. When I think of films directed like at kids, I'm thinking like a Romeo and Juliet thing.
Right.
And when I say that, I mean it is dumbed down for little kids.
Right, and this is not.
This movie has heart. This movie has soul. This movie has characters. It makes references that only adults are going to get. And kids' movies do that all the time. I understand that.
Yes, including callbacks to Johnny Depp films that little kids have definitely not seen.
No.
I don't
But
think
every adult's gonna love it.
Yeah, I don't think they've seen Don Juan DeMarco, for example, or Fear of Las Vegas.
What was that for?
You're a stranger. Strangers don't last long here.
That's what I love about this film, though, because this is, for me, is the next generation of a type of kids film.
Right.
Is that you don't have to play it so stupid.
Yes.
You don't have to end it on a dance sequence. You know what I mean? Like,
Hallelujah.
you don't have to have a dance sequence at all. I mean, there actually is a tiny one in there, and I was like, oh no, don't do it. But it's more for, I think, to slap the other kids' films. Because they start doing this thing, and you're like, no, and
it's done as an actual joke. It's not done as sloppy filmmaking.
Yes.
First-rate voice cast. In addition to Johnny Depp, we have Isla Fisher, Ned Beatty, Bill Nighy, Ray Winstone, and if you know who Timothy Oliphant is,
sure do.
From TV's Justified, he has a really, really funny vocal cameo.
Yeah.
I bring up funny, and there's a lot of funny in this. There's also a lot of dark. And I sound like I'm criticizing the film. I'm not. But I mean, there are characters that get killed.
You're just providing a warning for parents.
Yes.
It's not the joyous,
Yes.
cinematic
Characters
experience.
get killed, and they get killed on screen. There's no off-screen killing. They killed, and when they get killed, they get killed good.
¡Ay, madre de Dios! I'll kill you! You stupid lizard! Get out of there! I'm gonna strangle your huevos! No, wait! I was just kidding! Come on! We're friends, right? I don't know you! Lizards, frogs! We're practically related! Come on, move over! I let you kiss my sister!
I mean, but that's what I love about it, though. I mean, is it a little bit too much for maybe little kids? Maybe
Right,
a little bit.
but-
It's
but-
not
but-
just bloods and guts.
but-
It's just
but-
it's like cartoon. It's like
yeah.
old Looney Tune style kind of cartoon.
Right.
You know?
And I think they'll laugh at the sight of a chameleon in a Hawaiian beach shirt wandering around doing funny voices.
Or an armadillo getting split in half by a car
Absolutely.
and talking to him on the road.
Who exactly are you? Name's Rango.
What is this?
That there's Rango. He ain't afraid of none of you.
Is that right?
Take care of that for you. All better.
But I love it because not only is the story original, you've got beautiful animation and action sequences that go against live action films that I've seen in the past couple of years.
Especially in terms of the cinematography.
And we say that this is actually directed by the same guy, Gore Verbinski,
who directed the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Right.
But people forget also that he had a career before that. He also directed Mouse Hunt and The Mexican.
That's right.
So he has a live action background and a comedy background.
Yeah.
And he brings a lot of that here. And beautiful ILM animation.
It's gorgeous.
I think one of the reasons I responded to it as well as I did is because Pixar has sort of elevated the animation realm,
Exactly.
especially in the U.S. Because while everybody else's animation may be catching up almost in terms of quality of animation, the stories are still even the best ones really by the numbers. This is the first one I think that advances it in terms of story and storytelling.
I mean, right when I finished it, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, yay! That for an animation movie, that's the kind of experience I have with Pixar films.
Absolutely.
And so this is the first time where I'm like, you know what? I cannot wait. And we just had the Oscars a couple of days ago, and I'm saying it's got to be. I know we're way early in the year, but I cannot see that this would not be at least nominated.
No.
And at least put up a fight against Pixar. Pixar is the big bully who walks into the category and just one punch, no one's out.
Yes.
But this one, I think he's going to have a good showdown with him.
Especially when we know its competition is Cars 2.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
just saying.
true. No, it's true. But we'll see.
Yeah.
And that's what I get excited about because they are. But kudos to Pixar for elevating the bar and making everybody come up with them.
Yes. Thank you for dragging everybody up by their bootstraps. I really, really liked Rango now that I've gotten all my reservations out of the way. I laughed a lot. And it's little things like appreciating and knowing that the water development storyline is so heavily borrowed from Chinatown.
Yeah.
Knowing that just makes me... there are things that are deeper that film snobs like myself will love.
Yeah.
There are things that adults will get and love. I think there's enough silliness in it that kids will love it too.
Oh, all the posse that he forms to go get the criminals. That's filled of at least 5 or 6 characters that kids are going to just love. A bucktooth frog. Come on.
Yes. And a bird with a turkey with an arrow in its head.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. It's one of those films I haven't seen in a while that, coming from the animation department, usually it's either Pixar and then you've got everything, on the bottom.
Absolutely.
And this time I'm so excited to say that I think it's the first animated film that's not Pixar that I'm happy to give 4 stars to. Because I loved it.
I'm in 3.5-star territory, but I'm with you as far as its quality. I might come higher.
I
for now, 3.5.
really can't wait to see it again. So maybe we'll see you there.
Be excited, animation fans.